Will Osprey is largely considered in this incarnation of professional wrestling the best professional wrestler, man or woman, in the world.
Okay.
Have you had much of an opportunity to watch Will Osprey wrestle?
Not much, but I know of his kind, and I think he's amazing. Absolutely. And I don't think when you hear the name Will Osprey, it's like it's somebody that's been around for a while that has a good work ethic and he's great in the ring, but it's almost like why isn't he a big top name and well known and utilized all the time up here?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like it's a name that is mid card that is people just look past on. Why is that? Why do they just nod to that? I don't know.
Yeah, I love Will Osprey. Full disclosure, I do think, like many others, he is the best wrestler working today. And when I say in this incarnation of professional wrestling, the no selling, the high spots, the flippy, the flip flop and fly, that's what I'm talking about when I say he is the best professional wrestler in the world in this incarnation of what we call professional wrestling.
Well, again, it goes back to him thinking and psychology type.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people, or I don't know a lot of people, but myself, I see that. And so I think of a no frill type of guy, you know?
No. Yeah, and he's going to come out and he's going to hit his rap, and he's Billy Goat. And I see Happy Fox Rocks says he has no gimmick. I think his gimmick is he's a professional wrestler. And I'm not arguing with you, Happy Fox.
Oh.
I think that is literally his gimmick is he's the best wrestler in the world, and he plans to prove it night in and night out. This to me was more of a coup of Tony getting Will Osprey than it was getting Mercedes. But they've strapped the rocket to Osprey. Osprey loses a very good wrestling match in a very shitty fashion. We got Don Callis out here with the Phillips screwdriver doing a distraction and all this stuff. You're trying to make Shane Strickland, who you may be familiar with from NXT or WWE or now AEW, and you're trying to make him as your AEW champion. He is the first black wrestling champion of AEW, the world champion anyway. So that's a big deal for Tony Khan is to make him, but you do it with a fuck finish. Madusa, if you have up to the 20 to 25 minute mark, a perfectly good professional wrestling match go on, what do you think as a professional wrestler when all of a sudden you have to add the gaga to it to do the protect this, we don't want him to lose clean, blah, blah, blah. By the way, to your world champion that you're trying to make.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, why the gaga? What are they trying to tiptoe around? What are they being careful, overprotective of? Can we just leave it to the basics and respect the fact of what is? To me, sometimes that's overthinking. That's it. I mean, that's it. Why stretch it?
So I thought of when I saw the finish, I thought of a phrase I've heard multiple wrestlers yourself use, overbooked. I just thought it was overbooked. If you were going to beat Will Osprey and you're trying to make Swerve Strickland, why not just have Swerve beat him clean? You have two baby faces wrestling each other anyway. Just have them beat him clean. But they do it for continuation, and I get that.
But a lot of times a guy can be so great, so good, have the basics. We love him. And you hear of his name, but there's not that bang. Is it the fault of the federations not sitting down and thinking something more creative? Or is it something that is it somebody so fucking good that he misses his big day period in wrestling or whatever, just because he's that great and he's looked past because there's somebody else just with just something small of a charismatic thing that is just comes out and goes, yeah. And then just fucking, I love that guy, by the way, and just, just steals the show over that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's like you have all of these great wrestlers that got overlooked, that just got lost in the shuffle. They didn't, but the federations just lost them for some reason by something of a quick grab a gimmick over here that was hot and they went with that instead.